the 25th of May 2025 or 2026, Monday morning. A reading from the Common Buddhist Text, Guidance and Insight from the Buddha. Chief editor of this compilation is Maha Dr. Dhamma Kosachan. We left off yesterday on chapter 8 on meditation from the perspective of the Theravada tradition, as we pick up today on samatha and vipassana. Samatha means calm or tranquility, and vipassana means insight. These are different kinds of meditations, techniques. The need to overcome both affective and cognitive defilements. Suffering and the rounds of rebirth are sustained by unwholesome forms of two aspects of the mind. The affective, to do with the emotions, and the cognitive, to do with how one sees and understands things. These are interrelated for emotional turbulence, which makes it difficult to see things clearly, and confusion and deluded misperception feeds emotional turbulence. The key unwholesome emotion is craving, which can be seen to encompass an attachment and hatred, craving for and craving to get rid of. The key cognitive fault is spiritual ignorance or delusion. The following passage makes clear that both affective and cognitive defilements must be overcome, respectively by meditative calm, samatha, and insight, vipassana. Working together with these techniques, these brings about a state in which direct knowledge, dasana, can arise in a calm, clear, peaceful mind. One may develop deep calm, then insight, then deep calm. Alternate them, or just develop insight with sufficient calm to dampen any excitement that comes from this. Monks, these two things pertain to higher knowledge. What are the two? Calm and insight. When calm is developed, what benefit is experienced? The citta, the heart mind, is developed. When the mind is developed, what benefit is experienced? That which is attachment is abandoned. When insight is developed, what benefit is experienced? Wisdom is developed. When wisdom is developed, what benefit is experienced? That which is ignorance is abandoned. A mind defiled by attachment is not liberated. Wisdom defiled by ignorance is not developed. Thus, monks, through the fading away of attachment, there is liberation of mind. And from the fading away from ignorance, there is liberation by wisdom. This is cited in the Balavaga Sutra 10, Anguttara Nikaya, Volume 1, 61. Meditative absorption and wisdom are mutually dependent. In this passage, the meditative absorption that arises from intent, samatha, is seen to be mutually dependent on wisdom, which most typically is seen to develop from insight, meditation. This verse is quoted from the Dhammapada, verse 372. There is no meditative absorption jhana for one lacking in wisdom, and no wisdom for one lacking in meditation absorption. One in with whom there is both meditative absorption and wisdom is indeed close to nibbita. The recollection of the qualities of the Taratanatai, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, and of the reality of death. The recollection of the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha, the Taratanatai, a set of practices which are seen as very helpful for suspending the 5 hindrances, is that of the recollection of the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, mindfully contemplating the qualities of these 3. The second of these passages is from a post-canonical meditation manual. When a noble disciple recollects thus, on the occasion his mind is not taken up with attachment, hatred, or delusion. His mind is straightforward. Focus on the Tathagata, or the Dhamma, or the Sangha. A noble disciple whose mind is straight gains inspiration of the meaning. The inspiration of the Dhamma gains gladness connected with the Dhamma. When he is gladdened, joy arises. For one uplifted by joy, the body becomes tranquil. One tranquil body feels at easeful pleasure. For one who is at ease, the mind becomes composed. This is called the noble disciple who dwells evenly amidst an uneven generation, who dwells unafflicted amidst an afflicted generation, who has entered the stream of the Dhamma and cultivates recollection of the Buddha, of the Dhamma, and the Sangha. This verse is cited from the Mahanama Sutra, Anguttara Nikaya, Volume 3, page 285. When a monk is devoted to the recollection of the Buddha, he conquers fear and dread. He is able to endure pain. He comes to feel as if he were living in the Master's presence, and his body, when the recollection of the Buddha's special qualities dwells in it, becomes worthy of veneration as a shrine. His mind tends to the plane of the Buddhas. When he encounters an opportunity for transgression, he has present moral shame, concern for consequences as vivid as though he were face to face with the Master. This is cited from The Path to Purity, the Visuddhi Magga of Buddha Gosa, chapter 7, 67, page 212 to 13. Recollection of death. These passages contains reflections on death, maranasati, and includes reflections on the stages of decomposition after death. The passage here is a specific meditation on death, maranasati, used to encourage spiritual effort here and now. Monks, mindfulness of death, manana sati. when developed and cultivated, is of great fruit and benefit. Cultivating in the deathless, here monks. When day has preceded and night has approached, a monk reflects thus: I could die on account of many causes, such as snake bite, falling, food poisoning, disturbance of bile, phlegm, or wind. The monk should reflect thus: do I have any bad, unwholesome qualities that have not been abandoned, which might be an obstacle for me if I were to die tonight? If he sees that he has, then he should put forth extraordinary desire, effort, zeal, enthusiasm, mindfulness, and clear comprehension to abandon those unwholesome qualities. This is cited from the Maranasati Sutra, Anguttara Nikaya, Volume 3, page 306 to 307. We will leave off there today on Chapter 8 from the perspective of the Theravada tradition, as we pick up on the next one on meditation on the four limitless qualities of loving kindness, compassion, empathetic joy, and equanimity. Or, in other words, the four Brahma Viharas. A reading from the common Buddhist text, Guidance and Insight from the Buddha. Chief editor of this compilation is Dr. Maha Dhamma Kosachan.